Hello Tim friends, and welcome back to the Timverse. Here's what my hair looks like. And so here it is. Here is my hair. So as you can see, it's long. I have not cut it since before I started this YouTube channel. So I wanted to make this video to encapsulate the totality of my experience of having long hair for the past 4 years or so, and all the things I learned along the way. So first of all, why did I grow my hair out? The main reason was for the experience itself. The other main reason was to be able to donate it to a child in need. I'll be going to a salon and getting my hair cut, and you'll be able to see that in this video, so stay tuned. But with that being said, let's jump into the main section of this video, which is all the things I learned about having long hair. So I guess the first thing I wanted to mention was just how it's another appendage that I never had before. As somebody who had short hair my entire life, hair wasn't a big deal to me. For the most part, I didn't really style my hair. I just kind of let it go. When you have short hair, that's fine. It's really easy to maintain. You can go to sleep, wake up, shower, not shower, and it mostly looks the same most of the time. But when you have long hair, that's not the case. You have to be constantly aware of the condition of your hair and how it looks and how oily it gets over time. And basically having long hair, it's another appendage. It's a part of you. You can feel it. You can feel each individual strand. When you pull on it, it hurts. When you get snags, it hurts. When you have it on your chair, and you try to get up, it kind of tugs at you, and you always basically have to be aware of where your hair is. And so for me, I always prefer to have my hair in front of me or in a bun or something like that. I like to do this sort of... So when I'm lounging around at home, I like to have a side ponytail like this and just leave it in the front of me. That's something that, you never really think about when you don't have long hair. You don't have to think about where your hair is, or if it's getting into places, or if you're eating and it falls into your food or soup or whatever and it gets dirty and messy, and it's really a pain to clean without a shower, really. So yeah, and that really just feeds into my next point, which is really just how much time and effort it takes to maintain long hair. Even if you don't do all of the fancy stuff like curling / straightening, different pigtails, different kinds of ponytails, different kinds of braids. Even if you don't do all of that, you still have to wash it and condition it and brush it regularly and make sure, it's out of your way and not getting all matted and tangled. It's just sort of all day, everyday attention that's required. And over time, you do get used to it to the point where it becomes second nature. You don't really think about it. Your hair is getting in your way, so you just kind of, pull it and straighten it out and get it out of your way. But those are things that I had to learn over time. So much of my time early on was spent trying to figure out, how can I get my hair out of my way and still just kind of do my daily stuff. And then, washing and conditioning your hair, you need way more conditioner than you ever do when you have short hair. I mean, probably a lot of guys with short hair don't even condition their hair, or they use 2-in-1 or all-in-one, shampoo, conditioner, body wash. But if you have long hair, that's not an option. You cannot use a 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner. Your hair will just dry out and die because it needs nourishment. Then you have to dry your hair, which is a whole ordeal on its own. First, you gotta wring out the water, because your hair stores an incredible amount of water itself. Then you gotta do a towel dry to get, the sort of first base layer off. And then you can let it air dry, or you can use a blow dryer or a fan, and you have to constantly be using a comb or a brush to brush it out while you're doing all of this. As a side note, this is my comb of choice. So you can use these wider teeth to do the initial passes. And then the smaller teeth help you sort of fine comb everything out. And that's why I like this. And I have very, very straight hair, so it works well for me to use a comb. If you ask anybody who has long hair, they have their own preferred comb or brush or both, their own blow dryer they like, if they curl or straighten their hair, specific tools that they like to use. And it's just, there's a lot of stuff basically that goes into having and maintaining long hair that regular guys with short hair never think about, because you don't have to think about it. And so like that's why you get like the classic sitcom, you know, TV tropes where a girl will like put highlights in her hair, or she'll get it like dyed a different color, and then the guys are like, oh, what? I didn't notice what you did. And that's like, I know now, because like I've been on both sides of that equation. And as previously a guy with short hair, I was totally like that, like just oblivious. Like it was difficult for me to really pinpoint, like say if my mom got her hair done, what exactly she had gotten done. Now, you know, I'll see other like girls or people with long hair in public with like highlights or different like styles, and like I'll notice it and like point it out to my wife. This whole world opens up to you because you have so many more options, and you understand just how difficult and time consuming it is to really maintain all of that and do all of that work and everything that goes along with it. And you know, speaking of styling, for me, honestly, like styling was just too much work. Like it's not that I'm opposed to it. Like for a while I did learn how to French braid my own hair, but you know, you have your hands up like this and you're braiding it, and it takes a while, and honestly it's tiring. Like your arms and your hands get tired, and you start getting like confused. If it didn't come out well, you have to like start all over again, and it's just, it can be a huge pain. I've learned to give a ton of respect to anybody who has the patience and ability to style hair like that, especially your own hair, which is more difficult because you can't really see what you're doing in the back. So my go-to style is either this, just like one side ponytail that I leave in front of me, and then this way like I'm in control of where it is. And the other style is just the bun, my classic bun that you always see my hair in. It's easy to do, it's fast, and it gets your hair out of your way. But the other problem with having a bun is that sometimes with like headdress, it gets in the way. You try to lie down, it gets in the way. So you gotta like put it lower or take your hair out. And it's just, again, so many different steps and maintenance things that you just don't think about if you've never had long hair. But you know, that being said, I have learned to really enjoy it. Enjoy having long hair. Like, sure, it's work, it requires maintenance, you know, it's another appendage to take care of, but it's nice. I just showered and like, it's soft and smooth and nice. It's fun to like fidget with, you know, play with. It's fun to do like a hair salon with my niece where she'll like do all kinds of different hairstyles and use different pins and hair ties and clips and stuff, and she just has a lot of fun playing with the hair too. It's like a different dimensionality to your style and your look, and you can change the way you look and feel just by changing your hairstyle, which I mean probably sounds obvious, but it really means something more when you yourself have those options and abilities than if you don't. Like as a guy who always had short hair, I always just, you know, thought like, oh yeah, you know, that's nice, you did your hair differently. But I really did not at all intuitively understand how much work and difficulty goes into making sure your hair looks exactly right. And then if you haven't washed your hair in a day or two, you probably need like dry shampoo to make it not look so oily and dirty and like messy. And I had never used dry shampoo as a guy with short hair, but as someone with long hair, it's been a lifesaver at times. And the other stuff is really just little stuff. How sometimes it just like gets in your face, you know? Like if you're, especially if you're like exercising or doing anything like out in the wind, like it just blows everywhere, which gets really annoying. So you need like a hairband or a headband or some kind of accessory to keep it out of your face. And then particularly as a guy with long hair, especially if I don't put it in a bun, in public, I notice that from behind, I'll be like misgendered, especially like if I'm with my wife. Like older guys will be like, oh, hello ladies, or like, excuse me ladies, you know, and I think it's just funny. I've never really been misgendered before in my life, but you know, my heart goes out to everybody who is. But me personally, I think it's funny and it doesn't really bother me, but it's definitely an experience that I never had before with short hair, you know, obviously. And then also as a guy with long hair, if I don't put my hair in a bun, sometimes I'll get like looks from people, right? Not like dirty looks, but just like staring, like, oh wow, like, you know, that's not something you see every day kind of looks. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's what it's like to be a guy with long hair, a guy who previously never had long hair and has grown my hair out now for 4 years. So this will be the very last time you see me with this hair. Yeah, I mean, from here on out, let's head to the second part of the video, which will be some B-roll of me at the salon, getting my hair cut. I'll put together something for you and you'll be able to see that coming up right now. I started growing my hair really just for the experience. I wanted to know what it was like, and I just kept letting it grow. Ta-da! Welcome back. So this is my new hair. It's been a few days now, got some time getting used to it, but I mean, this is it. This is my new hair. It's definitely the fanciest haircut I've ever gotten, most expensive one too, but it was totally worth it. It was a lot of fun, a really interesting experience, and I'm happy with the way that it turned out. Definitely a different look, something I've never had before. Sort of in between, you know. In the front, my hair is still kind of long-ish, you know, longer than I used to normally get it cut anyway. Now I have different options on how I want to style it. You know, I'll include some B-roll shots here of different ways I've styled it or different looks throughout the day and timing and stuff like that. I got new elastic headbands for working out and stuff, and I can have this sort of BTS look. So some of you probably know, but some of you probably don't. I'm half Chinese, half Japanese, and my wife said that with my longer hair I looked more Chinese, with my shorter hair I look more Japanese, especially when I style it so it kind of falls forward over my face. She says I look like an anime boy, you know? You know, something like that. So here it is. Here's my hair. Let's check it out. My stylist did a really nice job of packing it nicely and cutting it to the same length. Wow. So here it is. Here's one of the strands. Thumbnail? Wow. Look at that. Wow. That's 4 years of hair right there. It's so long. 14 inches. 14 inches of hair. 4 years. Some of the main stuff that I've noticed, you know, ever since getting my hair cut, kind of the Cliff Notes version, is for a little while I had like sort of a phantom hair syndrome, especially when I was washing my hair. You know, in the old days, I would be washing it, you know, and I would go down like this, and I'd have all this hair to sort of, you know, rub my shampoo and conditioner through and run my brush through, but now it's like, oh, you know, there's nothing there. So washing my hair is way, way easier and faster, and it dries so much faster, which is a huge time saver. But the thing that's interesting about this new hairstyle is it's like somewhere in between. Like I used to just have short hair, you know, and grow it out a little bit, not to this long, and then get it cut. Or for, you know, the last 4 years, I had like long hair, which was quite long after the first year or two, and I always had to tie it back or something like that. So I can still do a little bit of a ponytail. My wife calls it sprouty hair, because it looks like a little sprout on top of my head. That's a way to get it out of my face. Another way is just like with headbands. But when I have it styled like this with a pomade, I don't know how you pronounce that, it stays out of my eyes and face pretty nicely. So there's a lot of like, you know, finagling and messing around and stuff. But it's all still new, so I'll take some time, you know, to figure that out. But overall, I'm really enjoying this new look and the shorter hair and the less maintenance. And I'm back to sort of being a regular guy with short hair. Definitely fancier than I have been before and than I've ever been in my life. But I like it. I like it as a sort of in-between. So yeah. It was definitely a great experience and a lot of fun. So I think from here on, I'll probably just do the same thing. At least that's my thoughts for now. Grow it out again, and then donate it again, and so on. I don't know if I'll keep doing that for the rest of my life, but I like that pattern, and I like the new experience that continually evolves with having my hair grow to different lengths, and then next time I get it cut, I can get a different style, and so on. I guess sort of wrapping things up, what a journey it's been. You know, 4 years of growing my hair out. I learned so much and have so much more respect for anybody with long hair and how much effort and energy it takes on a literal daily basis to maintain and style and, you know, keep looking fresh. But yeah, what a journey it's been. I like this new cut. I like playing around with the styling. It's a lot simpler and easier to maintain. So yeah, I mean, all that's left is to package it up and donate it. I am donating to Wigs for Kids. You can leave a little note for them and everything. And I'm excited to be able to share this gift with some child who really needs it. I feel like the donation part really makes it worth it. I'm sure it's hard enough being a kid who would be in need of hair like this. And so just to be able to do something nice for someone who needs it and could use a little lift really means a lot to me. And I'm glad to be able to contribute that much to somebody. You know, obviously hair is often the least of anybody's concern, but it's something, you know, it's a little something that could hopefully really help somebody who needs it. So yeah, that's been my journey from then till now to, you know, the new me, the new haircut, new look, new chapter of Tim Thoughts. I guess I just wanted to sort of get my thoughts down on video, have something to look back on in the future, have something to share with my niece and nephew, you know, my future kids, whoever it may be. I just wanted to get this sort of log of my journey and my thoughts and my experiences, and to share it all with you guys, you know, the best people in the world, as I always say, because you really are. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and hopefully you enjoyed going on this journey with me. A lot easier now that all this is gone. This would constantly, you know, snag a lot. Washing it and conditioning it every day was always a lot of work. Drying it for sure. But yeah, that part of my life is now over, and I guess I'll be growing this hair out again. So, you know, stay tuned and watch my hair slowly grow through the progression of all the videos I continue to make. You know, one of the most enriching parts of this whole experience is being able to not only share my hair with a child in need, but to be able to share the journey and all the experiences and all of the new stuff I learned with you guys. Hopefully people who've always had short hair learned a little bit of perspective of what happens when you grow long hair and how much work it is. And hopefully people with long hair maybe gained a little bit of perspective of why, you know, guys with short hair maybe don't notice or understand the difficulty and time that it takes to manage and style and etc. But yeah, I mean, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I think that's pretty much all I have, so I'll see you all in the next one. You know, I gotta say, it is really surreal to see my hair like this, not attached to my head. Look how long that is. Look at all that hair. Whew. Well, see you guys in the next one.